Thank you so much for coming to the 28th Annual Distinguished Alumni Awards for SMU Dedman School of Law. My name is Jennifer Collins, and I am so proud to be the new dean of this amazing law school. Thank you so much, but I am not the one that we are celebrating tonight. We are celebrating 5 absolutely amazing individuals, some of our most outstanding alums who we are honoring for their many accomplishments and dedication to the law school. Since coming to SMU in July, I have been overwhelmed by the number of alumni who have approached me and asked how they can get more involved with the law school and help our students in what we all know is a challenging time for legal education. I realized early on that with an alumni network as strong and impressive and vast as ours, that the law school needed to build an alumni program that engages and excites and enriches our alumni. Well, let me be the first to welcome you tonight to the new Mustang Bar Alumni Association, our brand new alumni organization that will be the core of all our alumni initiatives. The new Alumni Association will be an alumni program that offers numerous networking and educational opportunities for our alumni, including happy hours, tailgates, CLE events, and interesting speakers. To put a face on the Mustang Bar, I would like to introduce you to our remarkable Director of Alumni Relations, Abby Ruth, a 2006 grad who joins us after many years in the litigation section of Norton Rose Fulbright. Abby, will you please stand and introduce yourself to the Mustang Bar Association? Abby is responsible for another new initiative that I would like to introduce you to for the first time tonight, which is our development of an innovative new flash mentoring program called the Mustang Exchange. The Mustang Exchange, which will be available for the first time to our entering students in the fall, will be one of the first of its kind at a law school. Instead of a student being assigned a single mentor to work with for a year, who may or may not be a good match or be in the area of law a student decides they want to pursue, a flash mentoring program gives students the opportunity to meet with many different alumni to the extent your busy schedules allow for a wide variety of purposes. Maybe you have an interesting court hearing you'd be interested in taking a student to, or maybe you'd be willing to do a mock interview or talk about your area of practice. We think this will be such a tremendous addition to the law school and a wonderful way to help our students make connections in Dallas and beyond. When you sat down, you had a card about the new Mustang Exchange Mentoring Program on top of your program. There are also pens on the table. I'm going to encourage you to take a moment to fill out that card. We will collect them at the end of the evening and be back in touch. This is truly a wonderful way to make such a difference and a positive impact on the life of our students, and I will be very grateful to all of you who participate. So thank you for filling that out and leaving it on the table. Thank you so much for everything you do to make the law school a remarkable place, and thank you in particular to the 5 amazing men and women we are about to turn to. I am honored to recognize 5 trailblazers who have demonstrated extraordinary success in their professional lives, selfless service to the community, and generous involvement with the law school. Our first distinguished alum is Mary Elizabeth Cedillo Pereira, recipient of the 2015 Emerging Leader Award.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dean Jennifer Collins, for this incredible honor and for your dynamic new leadership at our law school. Thank you to the selection committee, including Mr. Alan Feld and Mr. Alvin Head. Thank you, Lynn Basalis, Lynn Dempsey, and all of your team, and my professors who are here this evening, Professor Bridge, Professor Joseph Jude Norton. You are some kind of wonderful. Professor Mary Spector, Professor Bloom, and those people who I've not had the privilege of seeing this evening, if you're here, I say thank you for what you've done for me and in my educational journey. I thank one of my mentors who helped me get through law school, Rebecca Garza-Greenan, for being one of my guests at my table this evening. And I send my congratulations to my fellow recipients, whom I have the honor of being among. Siri Porn, Michael, William, and Professor McKnight. Many congratulations. And thank you to our family and friends present here this evening. As the sole sister of 4 brothers, I'm thrilled to have my hermanos here, present tonight, and their being here may tell you something about me. 1, I was well protected growing up. And 2, if I'm tough, it's mostly because of those guys. And one of my mentors told me, Liz, be sure to marry someone very smart so that you will never be bored. This came to pass when I met Oscar Pereira at Einstein's. Bagels. Back then, he needed one of us, a good lawyer. And I can boast that I was the best one that Oscar ever found. I share this award with my husband, Oscar Nanato Pereira, who fills my life with great arguments, great joy, and is the best dad I could ever ask for our kids. I'd like to thank my dear friends from the classes of 99 and 98 who are here to cheer me on. Prompt. Chachi, Dina, Annie, Joanne, Sean, Judge Tanya Parker, those who I might not have seen yet, these women, they're all distinguished graduates. I have an amazing group of amigas, and in truth, when I look back to see the other women who have been recognized, groundbreakers like Louise Raggio, Harriet Myers, Rhonda Hunter, Judge Jane Boyle, Sarah Saldana, many others, I'm humbled to stand on the shoulders of their greatness. Particularly, I'm grateful to my mentor, Mrs. Adelpha Boteo Callejo. As a sole Latina lawyer in Dallas when she graduated from our alma mater in 1961, she didn't have many places to look for support. But she was not afraid to go at it alone or with others, and I share this award with my madrina, the beloved Adelpha Boteo Callejo, who took me under her wing. There's another great woman whom I wish to recognize. We all know her. She's the woman we call Mother. My mom, Helen Davila Cedillo. She was incredible. As a teenager, I watched her work 3 jobs, getting there by foot or on bus. And boy, was she in need of legal services back then. Out of my mother's need, I drew a mental sketch of who I dreamed of becoming one day. And when my brother Eric returned from St. Mary's Law, it was our mom who helped him start his law practice. And when I decided to hang my own shingle, she did the same for me. She carried my baby boy in her arms as I met with clients. And she told everyone who entered our law office that they had come to the best attorneys in town. And she believed it. She gave us credibility and our clients hope. And behind the scenes, she would always coach me. Win those cases that need to be won, Elizabeth. And when you win, you give God the glory. And don't be reluctant to fight the good fight. And don't worry, mija. We're in the money. Happy birthday, Mom. I share this honor with you and my father and my grandparents. That's where I find myself today, seeking to live up to those expectations, to fight the good fight, trying to be of some service to my clients, and trying to do my part, and trying to remain optimistic. Yet since I've been licensed, it's been 2 US presidents, 9 Congresses, and more deportations than we've ever experienced in US history. Don't know how much longer folks like my fellow recipients, Bill Holston, and the immigration bar can fight that good fight in courts without some serious help and pressure from friends like you to create a balanced and workable immigration system. Hey, perhaps now that there's one of us up in DC, the job may get done. We have some challenges before us, but together, todo es posible. And we have some outstanding young people among us tonight who are emerging. And I share this honor with those among us who are willing to fight that good fight on behalf of our community. I thank each and every one of you, and may God bless your journey.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Sirapan Chayasutla.
Good evening, gentlemen and ladies, professors, committee members. I'm deeply honored and sincerely grateful for the selection committees, the school, the alumni body, and the family for your support and trust in my professional qualities. It is very special to me because as a person like me who's working in a small corner on the other side of the world, being an Asian, working in the private sector, I have no idea that I would be recognized. What I have heard today is a clear and loud voice that says, it doesn't matter what you do, where you are, you can always contribute, and it will be noticed. That is very special to me. I would like to say and give special thank you to my late parents, both of them, for inspiring me to attend this SMU Law School. Mom and Dad, if you're up there, I would like to tell you that you were right. You make a great choice. SMU is a great school. The curriculum that the school provided me is a cornerstone that lay a firm foundation for my career. Professors, your training me in the classroom has preparing me well to face the world's challenges. And my friends, the student body, as I said, American or otherwise, thank you for preparing me well for the diversity in this globalized era. And lastly, the alumni network. And now, just learned today about your Mustang bar. Wow, it's incredible network that I would like to say, Mom and Dad, I remember you have whining and complained about the tuition fee. It is invaluable. It's rendered me a great benefit. Even for today's NPV discount, it's still great. I hope you live until to see it these days. I would like to also thank you, my friends who flew all the way from San Francisco to be with me tonight, because my family and others are back in Thailand, Carrie, Andres, and Lawler. Thank you for coming with me tonight. I'm being trained to have witness, and I bring along two witnesses here. I would like to also thank you, my lawyer sister. She's elder than me, and for inspiring me and also keep me competing with her in all areas. Thank you for that. And lastly, I would like to congratulate all the recipients for the award tonight. I would say that I'm privileged to be standing next to you in the same row. I like to say that each of you, of us, all deal with in different sphere, in different area. But we all have one thing in common, something in common. That is, it is our striving for an excellence in the legal profession to do some things that make the difference. And that is what I would say SMU Law School is a catalyst for an excellence. Thank you very much.
Please join me in welcoming Mike Gruber.
Thank you. I want to tell my family, friends, partners, ex-partners, how much I appreciate you being here tonight. And since mine is for practice, I also want to thank, I've got a couple of clients here tonight, Doug and Diane Howe and Dick Collins, and appreciate you being here, but you're both going to get a bill in the morning for 3 hours. I do want to thank our incredible new dean, and I hope it doesn't get repetitious when people keep coming up and singing her praises as they start their speech. She put an incredible amount of work into this event, along with the selection committee. The law school was blessed when she was selected to be our dean. My law school degree has received great equity since I left the school, and I expect it to be worth more and more as the years go on under her leadership. She also, I want to mention, brought to Dallas one of the most accomplished appellate attorneys in the country, unfortunately not on the faculty, but her husband, Adam Charnas, who is going to be a huge addition to our legal community here in Dallas also. I want to again thank the dean staff, the alumni relations staff on the incredible job they did. Lynn Bosellis, Lynn Dempsey, and Abby Ruth. They put on an incredible dinner last night, and I haven't recovered from it yet. So this award means everything to me because I owe both the undergraduate at SMU and the law school so much. The school's administration, through Gene Jury, many of you may remember, did everything to support me and get me enough money to stay here. Don and I shared that we had the same experience. We tried to pay a little bit back to the school, but we both said it will never repay what the school has given us. The faculty here supported us, illuminated me, instructed me, and Professor Wakoyak even found me my first paying legal job, so that's kind of hard to forget. My classmates were incredible. They challenged me. They make me proud to be from the class and the incredible people and the incredible things they've done. I can't thank them enough for what I learned from them when I was here and all the great interaction we've had over the years. In conclusion, though, can't accept this award alone. I had a partner going through law school, and my partner for 36 years, and she deserves half of this award, and I want to accept it on her behalf and mine, Diane. So, thank you.
Please join me in welcoming Bill Holston.
when Dean Collins called me, I have to say my very first thought was that dream I had for so many years that I had signed up for classes that I'd forgotten to attend and only remembered the morning of the exam had come true. But I was quite relieved to know that it was for this award. And I'm very grateful, honestly, to be recognized in this way, especially, and I agree with you, Saborn, for that it's a privilege to be on the same program with all of these distinguished alumni. I'm very humbled by that. I accept this award less as something about me as an individual lawyer, and more as an acknowledgement by this great law school of the value of pro bono legal services to our community, to our profession, and to this institution. Because after all, when lawyers heed the call to fight for justice without regard to whether or not they are being paid, then they are living up to that ideal lawyer that most of us imagined when we went to law school. For the last 15 years, I've had the great privilege of working alongside the great staff of Human Rights Initiative North Texas, many of whom are in that table right there. Raise your hands. And this great staff fights hard every day. They were fighting hard all day today, and they will be tomorrow as well, for the most vulnerable people in our community. And those are immigrant survivors of violence. And these are people like children from countries like Honduras and El Salvador fleeing unrelenting gang violence, or women, immigrant women who are escaping the tentacles of domestic violence, or political refugees, people that are pro-democracy activists from Eritrea, Ethiopia, or the Congo, fleeing torture and prison. And with the relationships with so many great law firms in this city, and the fact is we have an excellent bar here with lawyers that are very committed to providing excellent legal services to people that can't afford to pay. And so with that, we're able to give people who didn't have a fighting chance. And I commend my staff for that hard work they do every day. Of course, in addition to that, Human Rights Initiative has had the benefit of all of the relationships that I built with the great alumni of SMU Dedman School of Law. So many great lawyers like my partner of 26 years, Dennis Sullivan. Great jurists like Jane Boyle and Mary Murphy. And then there's the class of 1981. We were a feisty bunch. We still are. And I just want to mention a few of those names this evening. First of all, Bob Dennis. Bob Dennis was the conscience of our class. He inspired all of us to use that law degree for good. And his widow, Carolyn, is here. We're very privileged to have her here with us tonight. Professor Maureen Armour. She's the smartest person in this room full of really smart people. But she's dedicated her entire career to inspiring and training lawyers to be ethical, excellent lawyers. And I commend you for that. Brad Kazaya, one of the best trial lawyers in this city. All I got to say to you is if you're ever in trouble, you better call Brad. The best friend a man could have, Jeff Kaplan. Now, all of you know that Jeff is an accomplished jurist. He was a great judge and a justice on the Court of Appeals. He's a great lawyer. But he's a great man. And where you see someone's character is where we saw, those of us who know Jeff, when our classmate, Calvin Fenton, was dying of pancreatic cancer. Jeff, before he hit the bench every morning, would stop by ICU and he'd visit Calvin and he'd argue with the doctors and the nurses and push hospital beds down the hallway. And that's the character of this man that I'm very proud to call friend. I love you, Jeff. Proud to be your friend. I am, of course, grateful to my family. My two sons are here. They both, Will and Fred. and Fred's partner, Michael. They all three inspire me to be a better man. My wife, Jill, she is a great, you could not do work of this nature without the enthusiastic and unrelenting support of your spouse. Because, I'm sorry, Jill, it turns out that representing penniless immigrants is not a particularly lucrative career choice. Who knew? Well, I'm gonna close with a poem that I'm very fond of. It's by the great Irish poet Seamus Heaney in his poem Miracle at Troy. And it says, history says don't hope on this side of the grave, but then, once in a lifetime, the longed-for tidal wave of justice can rise up, and hope and history rhyme. And that's what we long for, isn't it? That the hopes of our clients rhyme with the history that they so richly deserve. Thank you very much.
Please join me in welcoming Professor McKnight.
Let me just say on behalf of my father, Professor McKnight, Mimi McKnight, my mother, and the entire McKnight family, how privileged we are to be honored. My father reaches out to all of his former students, which he loves every one of you, and thanks you very much.
What a wonderful evening. We could not be any more proud of these 5 extraordinary world changers and all our alumni, faculty, students, friends, and supporters who have joined us tonight. Thank you for joining us for our Distinguished Alumni Awards. We look forward to seeing you next year. Thank you so much for coming.